Conventions, to me, are somewhere where I can go and be myself and have people understand what I'm talking about. So knowing that there's something that can pull you out of the rut that you've been in, it does remind you that no situation is really permanent unless you make it permanent.
He's a South Park character, so I made the artistic decision to make them terrible, and it worked.
Cosplay is essentially when you create or put together a costume based on a fictional character. Usually it's based on accuracy. So you would need to go very into detail looking up characters, making sure that your design matches the design of the character as well as it possibly can.
This is the wig that I'm going to be using for the kid at QUINTE MiniCon.
There is QUINTE MiniCon, which is in November. That's the next convention I plan on attending, and it is in Belleville. I plan on cosplaying the kid from a game called Bastion. Since QUINTE MiniCon is a small convention, it will be a good place to test out armor making and more simple costume making and more focus on the props, since my Anime North schedule particularly is very prop heavy.
Without the armor, the kid's costume isn't the kid's costume.
I sailed away on that little boat.
The reason I like theater so much is because it's a break from being you, and you get to be someone completely different on stage in front of a lot of people. And I think that cosplay, for me, really does relate to that. It's a nice break from everyday life. When I was in grade 11, I auditioned for Hairspray, which was our school's show, and I was cast as one of the nicest kids in town, who are essentially the chorus of kids who run the show, the nicest kids in town. And they all have names, they're named characters, and I played Joey, but I was still part of the female chorus. About halfway through the process, they realized that they had too many people in the female chorus and too little people in the male chorus. So I offered to switch over since my name was Joey in the show anyway, so I may as well go over to the other side. And my drama teacher said, no, you can't, you're not a boy. And after he said that, I went home from rehearsal and I skipped school for about 2 weeks because I just was not feeling it. And then when I got back to school, I went up to my drama teacher and said, hi, my name is Oliver, please refer to me with male pronouns, and yeah.
I dreamed last night I got on the boat to heaven, and by some chance I had brought my dice along.
Sometime this year I hope to be starting testosterone, which is a hormone given in injection form. What testosterone does is it affects vocal cords, it makes the voice lower, it also affects muscle growth and fat placement. It will put you through second puberty, which is not fun, but it's gotta happen.
I am currently writing an email to my singing teacher about a possible concert that will serve as a kind of last hurrah concert for my vocal cords before I start testosterone. Because once you start, there's no going back when it comes to testosterone or when it comes to vocal cords. And I just kind of, since voice is a special thing for me, I'd like to be able to kind of memorialize it. That, and my parents are always complaining about how they never get to hear me sing. So I thought it would be nice to kind of count it as a birthday present for my dad and an extra present for my mom.
Okay, so how many weeks do you have until the con?
4?
Okay, 4-ish.
So I met Joey in grade 11 when I auditioned for Avenue Q. He cast me as Rod, who has been my favorite musical theater character since I was in grade 8. So immediately he was in my good books. Currently we live together with 2 cats named Tesla and Edison.
You got time.
4 weeks, in fact. The finished costume had 5 pieces. There is the chest and back plate, the shoulder piece, the gauntlet, a set of knee pads, and a set of ankle braces. Nothing particularly bad happened to anything. So it's good, it held up well, I think.
Will it fit? At Anime North, I had to bus to Union Station all the way from the convention center, which is like, is it 1 hour?
From the convention? Yeah.
It's an hour bus transit ride, whatever.
Erica is a person I met at Kanji. They are definitely one of the more prominent members of my convention family.
This is more comfortable
Yeah.
than most transport
And
to
will
and
not
from.
take over an hour.
Yeah.
First, we have in the novice division, entry number 1, the QUINTE Bastion.
Tonight I entered the QUINTE Minicon Masquerade. I paraded around on a not stage and waved a hammer around. It was good. It was a good time.
So what's the deal with the concert?
The one that was supposed to be happening tomorrow?
Yeah.
That is being postponed for now just because it's not a good time because the convention was super stressful, more so than I thought it would be.
Took up all of your time.
It did. Too much armor, too many things. I'll probably push it back to later this month or the beginning of December, which is good because it gives me more time to find rooms and stuff.
Okay, so we'd like to start the award ceremony. So we'd like to continue novice with prop and armor award for entry number 1, the QUINTE Bastion.
It feels good to have my costume honorably mentioned, especially since I did it so quickly and there was so much trial and error work involved. It's good to have that at least acknowledged, and I got a ribbon for it, so like, sweet. This isn't a community where people will say, no, you can't, because of whatever you identify as. And that, I think, is what makes the community whole. At the premiere of the final Harry Potter movie, J.K. Rowling gave her speech. And at the end of the speech, she said, Hogwarts will always be there to welcome you home. And that's always been important to me, not just Hogwarts, of course, but like the fact that there are always characters there who will stay the same no matter what, who will always be in the books that you like to read or the shows that you like to watch, the movies that you like to watch. And cosplay for me is a way to honor those characters who are always there to welcome you home.